This was a journey that brought us from the streets to the seas in search of a beginning to an answer. Last year, 2014, we went on a whirlwind scoping visit to various Bajau settlements in Cebu, Zamboanga, Basilan, and Davao, hoping to arrive at provisional answers to the Bajau situation. The journey began right at home, particularly in Iligan City, where there is also a Bajau settlement located in Barangay Tambacan. From an initial number of 4 houses and 30 residents in 1997, the settlement has since grown into close to 100 houses with about 1,000 residents at present. They come from various areas from the south, particularly Sulu, Basilan, and Zamboanga. And there is a single narrative thread that caused their diaspora. Our people are displaced and disposed. We are virtually deprived of the peaceful and abundant environment that we had before. We are scattered in the different places in the country. Some fled to Misamis Occidental, Iligan City, Cagayan de Oro, Bukidnon, Davao, and in many parts of Mindanao. Others went to the Visayas in Cebu and Bohol, up to distant Manila and Batangas in the island of Luzon. In this situation, our people learned to beg in order to survive. And this is how the people of Iligan came to know them as illiterate beggars. We sleep if no earning from begging, sleep and rest. My husband does not have job, just waits for me and my earnings. We just sleep, 6 of us. This is the situation of Bajau in the streets of our urban cities. This is the same sad story that we heard in Cebu and Davao. And the war and displacement seem to follow them wherever. The Bajau in Zamboanga are once again displaced after the month-long siege of the city by rebel groups in 2013. Their shanty homes and communities destroyed and burned down from the conflict. We found them there in the evacuation center more than a year after the siege, segregated from the other ethnic groups, and relief was scant and limited. It was a happy yet sad reunion, for there were also Bajau from Iligan whom we found among the evacuees. Even as they established settlements in various cities, the Bajau remained listless, wandering in search for a better life. Who really are the Bajau? Why are they now in the streets? How are we to help them help themselves? There are no simple answers to these questions, we realize, for the plight of the Bajau is indicative of the difficult situation of the other marginalized groups in the country as well. The Bajau, however, represents the most disenfranchised and marginalized, owing to their seafaring and nomadic ways. Their condition demands that we respond to their urgent situation as fellow Filipinos. And a number of Filipino brothers and sisters have responded as our visits to various Bajau settlements reveal. In Iligan, MSU IIT, in partnership with the Spiritan Sisters and the Friends of Bajau Iligan Incorporated, established an alternative learning system program that has been ongoing for the Bajau in Barangay Tambacan since 2011. In Cebu, the Presentation Sisters of the Blessed Virgin Mary established the Nano Nagle Child Care and Learning Center which caters to the education of the young Bajau. They have also overseen the construction of walk-up apartments for the community in Mimbaling, Cebu. In Zamboanga, the Western Mindanao State University set up an ALS for Bajau children on a floating school. In Davao, the Charles Borromeo sisters have a feeding and tutoring program for the Bajau children of Matina Aplaya. All these efforts, including the programs of other groups as well as government, have made a significant impact in alleviating the plight of the Bajau. But it is obvious that more must be done. The end of our Bajau sojourn brought us to one of the areas where they originated from. It was also there in Maluso, Basilan that the promise of a long-term solution might be at hand. The Claret Samal Foundation Incorporated of the Claretian Brothers was able to secure a reservation for the Bajau community in a coastal mangrove area where they provide alternative livelihood and education while strengthening their traditional beliefs and ways of life as a seafaring people. Here, among the happy smiles and pleasant greetings of the Bajau folk and the obvious vibrant social and economic community life, we realized that they are more than beggars and mendicants that people must know them to be. They are Filipinos like us, struggling against unjust and discriminatory social and economic structures.